Hi, this is Susan from Susan B Cards. Today I'm using the Gelli plate, and I'm going to use some Distress Oxide inks on that, and this Altenew Whimsical Bouquet 3D embossing folder. The folder is larger than my plate, so that it won't completely be covered. You can get a larger Gelli plate. I just don't have that size, and I'm just using what I have. So what I'm going to do is ink up my Gelli plate by just spreading this on here. I feel like this is the easiest way to go, and it gets the most ink on easily. And I always start with the lightest color, which is that yellow. Just want to completely cover this, get a lot of ink on here. It'll just look better. And then I have a couple brayers here, and you can use one, but then you have to clean it in between. So with the largest one, I'm going to start at the edge here. I just want to kind of go back and forth quickly just to blend the color a bit. And then I have this smaller one, and I'm just going to try to blend that color a bit. Okay, that line looks a little bit harsher, so I have to do it a little bit more. And then I'm going to take my embossing folder. The name is what I consider to be the top of the folder, and the flat area is raised, and the floral, most of it is recessed. So I'm going to press that in to my plate. I'm going to line it up, smooth these things over. And then I'm going to press this into the Gelli plate. Just trying to get some coverage here. Okay, whoops. Try not to shake it too much. I think that's pretty well covered. I'm going to pull it up. You can see there's some ink on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my paper in here and put it through the Big Shot. And I will be right back to show you what it looks like. So I ran it through. And here's my panel. I'm going to cut it down, and then I'm going to put it on a card. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was just show you that if you want to also pull up this color on here, you can do that as well. And you can see the image of the flower on here. I'm going to repeat the technique again, re-inking the Gelli plate, starting with the Distress Oxide Fossilized Amber, and then using the bright Persimmon at the top, and then at the bottom using Picked Raspberry. All of these are Distress Oxide inks. And then use a brayer to blend the colors so that you don't have any harsh lines. I like to do this because I think it's a quick way to blend the colors. You can use a blending tool, but that takes a lot of time. This is just a real quick process. I can get the ink onto this butterfly embossing folder pretty quickly. This one is by Spellbinders. I'll link it in the description below the video. All the products that I use will be linked down there. So again, I'm pressing the top of the embossing folder onto the Gelli plate, trying to get a lot of ink on there. This time I notice the ink isn't very dark, So I'm going to take the brayer and use some of the ink that's on the brayer and put more onto the embossing folder. You don't even have to go back to the pad. You can just pick up the ink that's on the brayer. I'm now just lining up my paper in the center of the folder where the ink is placed. I ran the folder through the Big Shot, and I think it came out pretty nice. I like the way the colors look. I'll cut that down to an A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Now I'm just going to pull the print from the Gelli plate. It'll pick up the ink, and you'll be able to see where the butterflies were on the folder. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this into a card, but I could also use that for die cutting later. The products I used are listed in the description below, or you can go to my blog at susanbcards.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.